Ain't happening. Although this is an M5 and it's super fast, we got the Scat Pack out. Hey, what'd you think? Good? Yeah, no comment. Although this car hit speeds of County Sheriff Keith Pearson, Franklin Sanders and his juvenile companion thought they were going to come through St. Lucie County with the stolen vehicle with the Broward Task Force on their tail. Ain't happening. Although this is an M5 and it's super fast, we got the Scat Pack out. Hey, what'd you think? Good? Yeah, no comment. Although this car hit speeds of 160 miles an hour, the Scat Pack took them down. We want to say shout out to the Broward County Sheriff's Office, Osceola County Sheriff's Office, Indian River County Sheriff's Office for making sure we put this bad guy behind bars where he belongs.
Live. Yeah, damn.
We are live.
The host of the show is at a loss of words for today. He doesn't want to speak.
You're not on the screen.
I know.
Oh, you're saying I'm at a loss for words?
Yeah, I said the host of the show is at a loss for words today.
You got a ton of noise. You got a ton of noise in your background. I don't know what's going on. No, I thought you ain't want to. You ain't the host. You don't host the show.
Hell no,
You're not
I'm the host.
You ain't the co-host.
Oh, I'm the co-host, but I'm not the main host.
Well, still gotta welcome people to the podcast. The intro ain't play. I ain't know what was going on. I don't know what's happening right now.
Oh no, I never got the file, so of course I'm not gonna play that.
You never got the file? Is that what you said?
I never got the file, so I don't have that.
I got you.
You are about to experience the result of hard work and dedication from the City of Champions, Cleveland's own, 90th's finest. Self-made, hard-working entrepreneurs, unequivocally raw, no holds barred. This is Epiphany Media.
There we go.
You see how easy that was? You see how
this feels like a.
You see how easy
that feels
it
like
happened?
an intro.
You see what that easy would happen?
What do you mean?
And the transition would have been smoother. We wouldn't have had to wait.
I don't quite know what you mean. Anyway, welcome to another episode of the Epiphany Media podcast. Apparently, I'm the only host with a camera today. You know how technical difficulties work. But we're a little bit late, so we're going to jump right into it. Today, as you guys see by the title, we're talking about culinary adventures from around the world. We could take this topic in a bunch of different ways. I'm definitely interested in the comments from our audience, man, on where we should take it in the future. But we'll get you guys started with, we want to talk about some of our favorite, not only dishes, but just types of food from across the world. And, whatever your favorite is, so we can focus on it. Maybe it's something that we don't, dabble in, we don't eat or haven't tried so far. And, maybe we should get familiar because, you can't have everything all the time, and something might just not be a jam. So you gotta get out there and live, though. The world is giant. It's bigger than Cleveland. It's bigger than Ohio. You got to dabble in it. So we're going to throw out some places. We're going to throw out some some dishes and some regions that we are fans of, and you guys definitely add to the list for us. And we might have to make this a series as well. Am I just doing the show by myself?
Of course not. He's over here trying to figure something out.
No.
But most definitely here to speak and interact with everybody here.
So do you have a particular region that you uh, what's your favorite region of food? Like if a celebrity or somebody came to town, and not just your favorite restaurant, but if you was like, hey, I don't want whatever Cleveland's known for. I want you to take me to authentic. I want an authentic food from whatever your favorite region is. Where would you take them?
There's no such thing in Cleveland as far as authentic to whatever region in the world that that whatever particular food comes from. But to answer your first question, Mexican is my favorite, and then Italian is a close second. But Mexican food is most definitely my number one of all time.
Hard to go wrong with Mexican. I don't know if I agree with your first statement. I'm pretty sure there are authentic restaurants of a certain type. We might not know them. They might be a little mom and pop spot or whatever, but I don't. I refuse to believe in a area as big as this, with a culture, with a Polish culture as big as this, that we don't have authentic Polish restaurants or authentic Eastern Europe restaurants. I'm not saying I know them, but it has to be something. We might just be ignorant to it though.
No, they don't exist though. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can claim that it's authentic, but it's not the same at all.
So how would you know if you're not from there, and if they said it is, and that's their background? That's like somebody coming to your house and saying like, "Hey, this ain't soul food or whatever." Like if like how would they know? You know what your grandmother taught you. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't tell them that it's not authentic because they wasn't born there or whatever. Like how would you know if you're not from there?
You will have to go to whatever region of food that you like, and then you will be able to taste the authentic. Because with America, when everybody brought their culture and their food to America, the food was dumbed down to please American appetites. So with that, the authenticity disappeared. For example, let's talk about Chinese food. Authentic Chinese food is all hot, it's all spicy, it's not sweet at all. And the same with Mexican, they don't even use cheese in their food. So that's why I said that you won't be able to find anything authentic to whatever culture. But the second part of your question, what restaurant I take somebody to? I mean, it all depends on who they are. Because some people may want fine dining. If it was fine dining, I say just go to Marble Room, like Morton's or whatever. But Marble Room number one. But if it's just, hey, I just want to have some good, it's 1,000 places I would take them to. I can't even pick just one.
So when you cook Mexican, what are you making? What's your recipe? What's your authentic Mexican recipe?
I don't have one.
What's your Americanized Mexican recipe?
Oh, well, it depends on what I'm. If I'm making, let's say, standard tacos, I would season it as best I can with what I have here. Take the tortillas, cook them directly on the on the burner. I don't use a pan at all. I just cook them directly on the burner. Um, Meat, cheese, because I'm American. I like cheese, sour cream, stuff like that.
So that's just like just tacos, corn tortilla, flour tortilla.
Mm, it depends on what. Like, let's say, for example, I'm using beef and I'm making uh, carne asada. I'm using flour for sure. Um, but let's say, but most of the time uh, I use chicken or like turkey or something. I'm using corn.
Okay. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, you can't go wrong with good Mexican. Um, you know, authentic
Hey,
or otherwise.
hold on. What would you call authentic Mexican? I got to throw these questions back at you because you challenged my authenticity on Mexican food. I told you it's not here in
Uh,
America at all. What do you call it?
I don't know. I've never been to Mexico, so I don't know. But I refuse to believe that there is nothing. There is no authentic restaurants in the Cleveland area. Like how?
It's
Like how
not
is
at
that
all.
possible?
It's not at all. Like even
It's
going
impossible.
to hey,
It's
what's the spot
impossible.
that you said last week? I can't remember what it's called.
What spot?
That you recommended for a first date. It's always that Mexican spot that you take somebody on the first date.
Oh, Los Galos.
Yeah, they're far from Mexican. They don't eat that shit at the house.
Of,
It's totally
of
different.
course.
It's totally
I'm,
different.
I'm not. I'm not saying that there is authentic Mexican in Cleveland. I'm saying that there has to be some authentic restaurant in Cleveland. Like I'm talking about different cultures. I'm saying you made a broad statement saying that there are no authentic restaurants in Cleveland. You didn't say there are no authentic Mexican restaurants. You said there are no authentic restaurants to a culture. And I'm saying it's impossible for you to know that without going to every single restaurant and then visiting those places to confirm that it's not authentic. It's impossible to know that.
Mm, nah. Okay, but let's go back to you're right about that. But for a place that I have been to, nah, it's not the same. And even going to, a Los Galos or a what's the other spot? Cilantro or something like that. It is not the same. Like it is not the same. It's not even close. Now are these places good? Of course. Of course it tastes good. But to answer your question of authenticity, hell no. No, not even close. You can't. The
I
ratio, the
agree
way
with
that
you.
the I like I went to a party and the host that was thrown, it was Mexican. And they were making carnitas. So they slaughtered the pig in the morning and then they cooked said pig in a pot all day. I'm talking like I think it was like 14, 16 hours, which is the correct way that you're supposed to do it. And the tacos were delicious. The toppings for the tacos were all authentic, no cheese in nowhere in sight, sour cream, none of that. But when it came down to that taste, I mean, it was close, but it's not the same. You got to think, you know, if you're eating it down there, the pig is the way that the pig was raised is not the same. The excuse me, the wood that is being cooked in is not the same. It's just not.
I'm agreeing with that. I think you're missing. I'm not arguing that there are authentic Mexican places in Cleveland, but you said that there are no authentic restaurants of any kind because everything's Americanized, and I disagree. Like
Okay,
we have
so
we
so you disagree, but I have yet to hear you say one. That's what I'm waiting on. Because then I'll do my research. You know what? with an open mind, I'll go to this authentic place that you speak of, and
Um,
then I keep it in my memory banks to whenever I go to wherever this country. If I go to Poland or whatever, I'll make sure to compare.
that Schnitzel House on the west side of Cleveland is pretty. That's pretty. That's pretty legit German food. On the west side of Cleveland, it's another German restaurant. Um, I can't think of the name. It's a little bit further south, but that Schnitzel House is pretty legit German food.
How do you know it's pretty legit German food just by the name, or have you been to Germany? So I'm posing the same question back to you. So how would you know? So we don't know, except for the Mexican, because I know about that. It's not the same. But I would say that I did get a little bit ahead of myself by saying that there isn't one uh, authentic restaurant um, from whatever culture in Cleveland, but I doubt that there is. It's not the same. People that I have
So,
talked to, think shows that I have watched, they say it's not the same. And I gotta go with the people that have been there because I've never been.
so is there no such thing as authentic soul food either? Like, is that not a thing?
That now where soul food came from America. Like we
Hmm.
living in a country where it was birthed at. So we know what authentic soul food is. But let's say we went to China, we went to Japan or something, they're making soul food over there. You'd be like, you know how you go and eat mac and cheese, somebody else's mac and cheese, especially mac and cheese from a soul food restaurant, it will never taste the same as your grandmother making. I have yet to taste someone's mac and cheese that made it at a soul food restaurant that was like, damn, this is better than every grandma mac and cheese that I had on a regular Tuesday night. Never.
Might be going to the wrong restaurants.
No, I've been to all of them.
Oh,
So you
well,
hold on,
shit.
hold on. So you trying to say that you tasted mac and cheese better than okay. No, I don't agree. There's some that
I didn't.
there's
I
some that
didn't. I
have
didn't.
come close. There's some have come close, but it hasn't surpassed.
I didn't. I didn't say that there was. I'm just saying that you might be going to the wrong restaurants.
Well, what restaurants do you go to that
Um,
serve mac and cheese?
I,
So I want to be direct as possible with questions. I don't.
I don't.
I'm totally on the other side.
I never order mac and cheese when I go out. I just don't. So I don't know. I can't even tell you. So I don't. I don't even order it. Whenever I see it on the menu, I don't even hesitate to know that I'll never pick it. Um, Chances are it's not going to be great, or as good as it can be, or chances are it's not going to be bait, which means it's not going to be great. And yeah, I don't even order it, so I couldn't even tell you, to be honest.
So you said, let me rewind. So you said that what restaurants have I been eating at? But you don't even eat mac and cheese out.
I'm just saying. No, I'm saying how critical you are of the restaurants. I say you might be going to the wrong
Oh
restaurant.
no, no, I'm not.
I'm speaking
I'm not saying. I'm not
generally.
saying that. Uh, Look, most of the time it's trash. Like I'm just going. I'm just being honest as far as the mac and cheese because it's sitting there all day, and you know the way that you cook it, if you were going to cook it to order, is not the way that most black grandparents used to make it. Like put it in the oven for a long ass time. But when you cook it in a restaurant, you put it on the stove top and you cook, you know, cooking everything and basically making the cheese sauce and shit. But you can't, nobody's gonna wait an hour for a side of mac and cheese. So it's made differently. There has been one restaurant where I was like, damn, this is pretty good. It's not even in Cleveland anymore. I know it's a Chicago wing wing spot. I can't even remember the name, but they used to be downtown. They probably lasted a couple of years. COVID took them out, but they're in Chicago though. If you wanted to try, can't remember the name, but it's not the same. But can it be a representation of what soul food is? Yeah, of course, but it's not the same.
I agree. So when you're cooking at home, you already gave us your Mexican is your number one food. When you're cooking at home, you gave us your Mexican recipe. Uh, you said when you said somebody came to visit, you would take them to a steakhouse.
Well,
Just
I said depending on who it is. Let's say,
just a person, just they just want food. Like it don't matter. It could be sit down, it could be takeout. Just like of course we could be very specific, but we just where would you take the person? Like where would y'all get food from?
depends, man. Sit down or a quickie?
Sit down.
Oh, I gotta look it up because I can't remember the name. I've been to this place one time, and it was the best Mediterranean I ever had. But up until that point, it was Aladdin's. Like I love Aladdin's, but this spot. I should have put Cleveland Heights. Zug. That's what it's called. ZHUG. It's in Cleveland Heights. That if I had to just pick one restaurant just to take a random to, it would be that.
Okay.
It was ridiculous. Mm. And I don't even like. I really don't like. What's that shit? What's that shit that you damn, you eat it with pizza? It's like a dip. I can't remember what it's called.
Hummus.
Yes, I don't like hummus at all. It's just I don't know something about the taste, but their hummus, I would eat it. I would eat it every day. I could.
Hummus pretty good when it's fresh.
So hard to
Depends
get. It's
on.
so hard. Huh?
So hummus pretty good depending on how it's made and what's in it. Plain hummus is not my favorite, but it's it's not the worst.
Yeah, this one is like a peanut base. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's made from chickpeas. It's very interesting how they make hummus.
Yeah, it had peanut oil. Shit. Right. Yeah. But yeah, that's where I would take somebody to go to.
Okay.
Because you can't go, it can be vegetarian. It could fit anybody's dietary restrictions.
That's good. That's always the way to go.
Where would you take somebody?
Probably that Snissel House. Probably pretty good on the sit down side. It's a good atmosphere. Food is really good. I mean, it's German, so it's a lot of sausage and potato, like cabbage, sauerkraut type stuff. It's pretty good though. It's not. It definitely won't be everybody's cup of tea, but the drink selection is top tier. They have a ton of German beers. It's typically stronger. That's what I like to drink.
Is that hold on? Is that brewery? As soon as you get off that ridge, you make that right.
No, it's a when you, I think it's on Ridge. I think it's actually on Ridge, but it's or it's off a Ridge. If you get off at Ridge, you'll make a right hand turn on Brook Park, I think. So I think it's actually on Brook Park. before you get to like West 130th or something.
That's on the left hand side, right?
Oh, it's on Pearl. I mean, not Brook Park. Pearl. It's on Pearl, and it's on the. If you're coming from that way, to be on the right hand side. It's on Pearl. But it's really good. Like I said, good atmosphere, good drinks, um, and I haven't been in some years, but it's constantly on every list of top restaurants in the city. You look at TripAdvisor or I think TripAdvisor, TripAdvisory, whatever that website where travelers go, and so they can just Google reviews because that tend to be more locally. But this is from people that's from out of town usually, and yeah, reviews are always good, like a 4.5 or 4.6 or something, consistently. So I would take people there on the sit down side.
I'm looking at it
Yeah,
right now. It's right across the street from that brewery, so I'm pretty sure they own
yeah, they do. Yeah, that's right. They do own that brewery. They didn't a while ago, but they do own that brewery now. Yep,
it.
yep, that's true. I forgot about that.
And I want some pierogies right now.
hmm Definitely some German, European food. It's pretty good. Um, it's not bad though. Not bad at all. Yeah, I just said pierogies. I got pierogies. what places or dishes do you want to try? What types of food you haven't tried that you would like to either try to in a restaurant or try to cook at home, like recipes?
Radishes and onions. What do you mean? Radishes and onions. Well, remember what we were talking about. Radishes and onions. I think you'll have more luck getting an authentic Middle Eastern restaurant than Mexican. I agree. It's Mexican here, like it's so Americanized, and I'm talking, it's just not good at all. It's just not good. What was your question?
I said, what types of food or regions have you not had yet that you would like to try, either in a restaurant
Oh,
or cooking at home?
like African food. Yeah, I know Africa, like that's a broad statement. Um,
Very broad statement.
but um, I want some food from Ghana. I want some food from uh, uh, South America. I want some food from Congo, whatever. I want some Ethiopian food. I want it all. That's the
Did
type
you
of
say
food I want
South
to try.
America?
I probably did, but you know what I meant. I meant South. But yes, but since we're on the topic, I never had Brazilian food. Uh, I never had Ecuadorian. I want it all. I want it all. There's a lot of food that I haven't tried that I'd be willing to try. But the top of my list is, uh, food from the countries from the continent of Africa.
I think that's never a bad way to go. I started dabbling in Africa myself the last couple months.
There is a
Nigeria to be specific. What did you say?
there is a Ethiopian restaurant in Cleveland. I believe it's on St. Clair, if it's still there.
Hmm.
I heard it was pretty good. It was one downtown. Could be wrong.
I don't know. I haven't ate at an African restaurant, but I know making my own like kalishi, uh, and making my own suya seasoning, like suya spice. That was pretty. That was a pretty good experience. Um, it's very interesting to make your own seasonings, like make your own uh, spices and stuff. Not only because it's from Africa, which is pretty dope or whatever on its own, but uh, just being able to take these ingredients and roast roast them and blend them and chop this and add this and do all this stuff till you come up with something that you could go to some or something that you should be able to go to a store and pick up off a shelf, but not as good, half the price, and with outstanding flavor because you know exactly what's in it and you can recreate it many times over. um, it's been interesting. So doing it anyway, but coming up or finding out more about these African dishes and recipes, and just finding a jumping point. It's been pretty nice. So I think you'll have fun once you start dabbling in Africa.
See, Angel in the comments said she didn't see any African spots in Cleveland. There is one on Lee Road. It's called Zoma Ethiopian restaurant. It's one on the west side. In the rain, it says East African Habisha. Habisha Ethiopian and Eritrean restaurant. And Empress Thai 2 Ethiopian restaurant on St. Clair, but it says temporary closed. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought I read something that it did close, but we still have two. Well, my it's an Ethiopian cultural garden. Huh, I didn't know that. But speaking of the cultural garden, hey, we got a 5K coming up. When is it? June 8th or something like that?
It is June 8th, Saturday, June 8th. Early, bright and early.
What
Pick up
time
your
is it?
race
8,
packets.
11 or something?
8 in the morning.
Oh, 8.
Pick up your race packets at 8. We'll be there at 7 to get set up and have markers like we always are there early. Um, you guys get your stuff at 8. By 9 o'clock, we had the race started. For most people, it takes roughly about an hour, give or take. It's no pressure to finish. Right away. Feel free to take your time, enjoy. Like I said on a previous show, we had a group last year that took their sweet time. So much to the point where we had to call to check on them. But we were still out there, and they still crossed and finished and got their medals. So it's always a good thing, to take your time and enjoy when you got the opportunity to. So be sure to sign up. Go ahead.
I said, are you going to walk this year?
I walk every year.
No, are you going to walk the 5K this year? Is what I'm saying.
I do it every year.
At the 5K, not virtually.
No, well, not no. I do it down at the Cultural Gardens every year. I can't do it at the time of the race because we are busy doing stuff for the race. If you know volunteers, if you got enough volunteers to where I can do it at the same time, then let me know. That haven't been the case the last 2 years. We can't get the police to volunteer. So I'll be too busy on race day to do it, but I'll do it the weekend before like I have the last 2 years. And that's how you get medals.
They're going to be paid. That's all that is.
It's supposed to be to protect people from getting hit by cars and stuff. I understand about getting paid, but when it's a safety thing, why wouldn't they be there? It just makes sense.
They want to get paid. I don't care.
Yeah. Well, when somebody get hit crossing the street, not at our race, of course, 'cause we're always safe and we have crossing guards. But when somebody get hit crossing the street because the police wanted to get paid, then maybe the mayor do something there. Who knows? Probably not.
Man, these bitches go to work. Let me get one of them real quick on the house. A little Goop Scoop Tower, this bitch fire. Ah, man, you been doing good? Hell yeah, my mama, she's straight. Uh-huh. Oh my God, what the fuck? Ugh. Yeah, you know what? I gotta go to work. I ain't gonna lie to you. Well, I don't know when he just threw up, but I'm finna go ahead to work. I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah.
Would you eat that?
I don't even know what I was looking at.
I
I think those was oranges, maybe. I have no idea.
don't know why they were orange, but they were boiled eggs.
I have no idea what was going on.
And it was literally served on a paper plate.
Yeah, what country was that? I don't even know what was happening.
I have no idea what kind of some Indian country.
Yeah, that's nuts. I definitely don't know.
What's going on? Oh man, these bitches looking too good. I gotta go to work. Let me get one of them real quick on the house. A little Goop Scoop Tower, this bitch fire. Ah, man, you been doing good? Hell yeah, my mama, she's straight. Uh-huh. Oh my God, what the fuck? Ugh. Yeah, you know what? I gotta go to work. I ain't gonna lie to you. Well, I don't know when he just threw up, but I'm finna go ahead to work. I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what that is, and it wasn't an orange. I don't have any idea. I don't know what's going on.
Look good at first until I started putting it on with them. So then I noticed it was served on a piece of paper.
Yeah, well, I walk up to a street vendor and they're serving it on paper to begin with. I just probably wouldn't stop.
Yeah, but if you want it the authentic way, you might have to try it.
I don't think the paper has anything to do with the authenticness of it.
Shit, that's how they're eating it over there. That's how they're serving it.
The rich people over there are not eating off of pieces of paper.
But if they want authentic Indian street food, then they are. Yeah, that's the only way to eat it is on a piece of paper, I'm assuming.
Maybe. Well, I've had Indian food once. I'm not sure if it's authentic or not, as I've never been to India. And you know, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't good. Like it wasn't as good as I was hoping it was going to be. It wasn't as flavorful as I thought it was going to be. And I definitely want to give it another try because it could have just been that restaurant. The cook that restaurant could have been having a bad day. Whatever the case is. So I'm going to for sure try it again. But the one time I tried, it wasn't great. Not it just wasn't great. So I don't know.
Yeah, Chula isn't authentic at all, but it's good though. It is good. See, that's what I'm saying. You can have a restaurant that has that rice is supposed to have, has the seasonings and the sauces, but it's not the same. Like I guarantee it's not, because you got people making it on a piece of paper in the street.
Yeah, maybe. Never know. I guess it would take a person from that region to tell you if it's authentic or not.
But I agree you can get close though.
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like, once again, if we're talking about chain restaurants, I agree with your assessment that nothing is authentic, but if we're talking about, maybe a smaller family restaurant or something, I feel like it would be harder to say that it's not authentic. That's like if somebody's grandma taught them how to cook and then they open a restaurant, you can't say that's not authentic necessarily. You know what I'm saying? It might not be. It might be. Just a tough, weird cross section, I suppose.
I understand what you're saying, but authentic to me, authentic is I guess it's a marketing ploy. 'Cause it's not the same, man. Going back to Mexican food, uh, it's this restaurant. I believe it's in San Diego. Is it in San Diego or Los Angeles? One of them. They literally get they literally get the beef, get the flour and the corn for the tortillas from Mexico. They go to it's the same place where everybody goes in this town in Mexico to get their ingredients, and they bring it back to their restaurant. They make it in the same traditional way, nothing different. And even the owner of the restaurant says it's not the same. It's just not. It just can't be the same. But will it be close? Yeah, I most definitely agree that it's close. So, like, I can go to this place that you suggested on the west side. I could try everything in there, and I guarantee it's close. It's not the same.
Well, I mean, it's all subjective anyway. Because I watched a TV show where somebody came to Cleveland and like, oh, this is authentic Cleveland barbecue, and I was like, what the fuck is that? So it's all subjective. And it was a restaurant here in Cleveland, but I'm like, who eats there? Like, no one I know eats there. But does that mean it's not
No, but
authentic?
authentic Cleveland barbecue isn't a culture though.
No,
We're on a topic of speaking on different cultures of food. Now, if you want to say authentic Cleveland, what is that? I didn't even know if it was a thing.
You're missing my point. It's not. I'm not saying specifically. It's not about the barbecue. What I'm saying is it's subjective because what I consider to be authentic, living here, may not be what you consider to be authentic living here because you might not eat what I don't. You know what I'm saying? You might eat something I don't eat or vice versa. So does that mean it's not authentic because I don't eat it? Or does that just mean I don't eat it?
No, if you don't eat it, you wouldn't know.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So if I'm like, oh, that shit shouldn't be on the list because nobody I know eats there. But it could be 1,000 people that are like, oh, this shit is the best, or this fucking the greatest barbecue or whatever. And I'm like, why the fuck would anybody go there? It's not about, I'm not speaking about the barbecue specifically. I'm just using that as an example of everything being subjective. Saying who the best, whatever, what the best, whatever is all subjective. That's what I'm saying. So the same thing with authentic. It's subjective.
Yeah, but Cleveland, I never heard anybody say Cleveland barbecue except one person, and I guess he decided to create his own lane, which is cool. Which is cool. But you can have a Texas barbecue be subjectively just as good as an actual Texas barbecue spot, but you'll literally have no one saying like this is the best fucking Texas barbecue I've ever had, and it's in the Cleveland Hill. It just won't work. Like if you're gonna have the best ramen restaurant, you're gonna have to go to Japan and open it up. You're gonna have to make your noodles with the same water that they're making their noodles out. It's not gonna taste the same if you open that same restaurant in New York. It's just not.
Are you talking about the best, or are you talking about
Yeah, I'm talking about actual
authentic?
what I just described as an actual thing. Like this guy from America moved to Japan, opened up a ramen restaurant with birthplace of ramen and thousands and thousands of restaurants there, and his was the best.
So something can only be the best if it's in that region.
I'm gonna say yes.
Okay.
It depends. It depends on if we're talking about a cultural food. Now, if we're talking about a IPA, hell no, because it don't work like that. No. But if we're talking about cultural foods, there's a reason why these foods were developed and in these certain areas, because whatever ingredient was the best there, and that's what they use. Like a lemon from Italy is not the same from a lemon that was grown in America. It's not going to taste the same. Whatever's in the soil over there, they got the best lemons. They got the best pistachios. Like, whatever's in the soil is not going to taste the same. You can try to replicate it, it's not going to taste the same.
All right. All right. That's a strong stance, but that's a stance nonetheless.
No, I'm just trying to hear about this Cleveland barbecue that you spoke of. I don't know who said that.
It was just an example of everything being subjective.
Mm.
Somebody did say that. Somebody on the Food Network. I don't remember who it was.
Mm. It's interesting.
Angel said, "Y'all ever seen a tomahawk steak?" Yeah. Not only have I seen one, I cooked one a while ago. Remember, I smoked it, reverse seared it, and it was a great novelty, not worth the money. Great steak though.
How many ounces was it?
I don't remember. Pretty sure I got pictures somewhere. Maybe I'll post them on the show page after the show. Maybe tomorrow. I don't remember. It's a giant steak. It was so big I had to season it in a like a cookie sheet. I had to season
Where would you get something like that from? You got to go to a
it.
butcher shop or grocery store.
I think I went to a butcher, but you can get them at Walmart. They got a little smaller ones at Walmart. They're pretty good cuts,
I was
though.
at Walmart.
Yeah. Like 15, 20 bucks. Not bad.
It's not bad compared to the 80, 100, $120 that you normally see on a steakhouse menu for a tomahawk steak. It's crazy.
Yep. It's, at the end of the day, it's just steak. So as long as you know how to cook, then you'll be fine. Whatever your method is, just know how to cook. You'll be fine. It's not bad at all, though.
I don't know if I trust though. Steak. No.
Angel said, "What's the best restaurant you guys have been to together?" What would you say is your best restaurant we've been to together?
Oh,
You say who?
yeah. Oh,
Me and you. What is the rest?
I'm trying to think of the last time we've been to a restaurant together.
The last time we was together, we went to Shay's on St. Clair for breakfast.
Forgot about that. That's cool. That's a cool spot, but it's not the best. Mm. I don't, I don't know the best restaurant, but I can tell you the best memory is when we went to that hot dog place for that. Well, not hot dog place, but is it a hot dog place for the food challenge?
Retro Dog.
Yes, RP to them. But I can't remember the best restaurant though. Shit. Damn, maybe the milk.
It was good. So when I found out it had meat substitutes, and it was pretty good. It's actually better than I expected, tremendously.
What do you mean meat substitute? What have meat substitutes?
Then y'all have like you had like I don't think he was eating meat or something at the time. They had like a chicken substitute or something, right? Or like a fish. It wasn't fish. It had to be like a chicken substitute or something.
No, it was like I know they had tofu wings.
It was like it was like a sandwich or a burger or something.
I know for the sandwich I was eating. Oh yeah, it was the chicken parm.
Yeah, but they had like a vegan option or something. It was pretty good. Like much better than I thought it was going to be for a meat substitute dish. It was real good though. It was real good.
Yeah, that was one of my go-tos for like vegan food. Them and Latins for sure. It was great bees.
Hmm. Um, I probably had to say the best restaurant we probably been to. Kind of on some young shit, but going to John John's was probably the best restaurant like we went to together. Um, John John's was super solid. Cheeseburger wraps, uh, cheeseburger wrap, double cheese, fresh cut fries, not the ones out the bag. And he always showed he never advertised with us, but he always remembered that we did Epiphany Radio every single time I went in there to order. He always asked like how it was going, how the show was going. You know what I'm saying? Super cool dude. I still never been to a second location in Cleveland Heights, but uh, food was great though. Food was
See,
great.
if you went to the second location in Cleveland Heights, it has the possibility of not being authentic like the original location.
It's
Just
possible.
like Kim's, or I go to the other locations, it's not the same. I can still go to the original location to this day, and the wings gonna taste like how they supposed to taste to me.
Yeah, you need that henna. Need that.
About the IG situation. Who the fuck? Well, Chanel said the Shake Shack go hard. I'm not even gonna respond. That's change. And no do go hard. Shake Shack. They're not even. We ain't even gonna talk about them.
Never been to Shake Shack.
It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. Well, I mean, it's one step away from Five Guys.
Yeah, that's that's how it goes sometimes. One step away from Five Guys is that's terrible though.
That's what I'm
saying. Yeah, one step from five. That's crazy. Five Guys not bad, but if you one step away, I don't understand all this hype.
I got the burgers are okay. Nothing special. In a pinch. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
IHOP is terrible. Denny's. Denny's got better food. Too for long. Lizzie? Hell no. The IHOP for the memory of being young and some wild stuff. But as far as the food, it's terrible.
That's true.
But I'll never have a fucking 2 foot long anything. Yeah, this is just what I may not authentic at all because they making square tortillas. It's good food though. Fried avocado. Shit, shit so good. Well, we're at an hour. We stopped at an hour only because Instagram feed is over. last hour. Yeah, open it up. Other than that, it's been a good show. Remember, June 8th, we got a 5K event going on. Hold on. Let me do this one. If you take your phone out, well, you probably watch it on your phone. Can't even.
You take a screenshot. Take a screenshot with your phone. Go to your photos, and click on. Depending on what kind of phone you got, but it's a QR code. Just take a screenshot. Go sign up for the race, or go to epiphany.5k.run. Google it. Go to our Facebook page. All that good stuff.
But if you're old school like me, you can just epiphany.5k.run. Just put it on it. Go ahead and sign up. For those who are international or out of state, or they will be out of state, you can always do it virtually. There's no excuses. I literally walk 5K every day. Now, it may take me 12 to 14 hours, but I do it every day. So walking a 5K is nothing. Like, it's literally nothing. I would like to run it, but it's a lot of running. My knees aren't ready for that. That's a lot. My knees will never ever again be ready for that. I can only dream, but I would walk it. That's nice. That'd be no problem. You got anything else you want to say?
That's it for me, man. Y'all be safe. Have a good week. And it's the last weekend of February, so weather be breaking soon. Don't be scared to sign up for a 5K that's in June. You guys see it at the bottom of the screen on the background, epiphany.5k.run. That's it for me. Salute to the city as always.
I can't do my kid. I can't do it yet.
You say you can't do what?
I said I can't say. I'm supposed to say it.
All right. Well, yeah.
Remember to own your own.
And salute to the city as always.
Remember to own your own.
Salute to the city as always.
And remember to own your own.
And salute to the city as always.
Remember to own your own. We'll see y'all next week. Remember to own your own. It's very important, like I say every show.
Salute to the city as always. Salute to the city.
Remember to own your own. Now,
as always, salute to the city. And salute to the city.
Remember to own your own.
Salute to the city as always.
But remember to own your own. And
salute to the city as always.
Remember to own your own.
Salute to the city as always. Salute to the city as always.
And remember to own your own.
To the city as always.
Yep. And remember to own your own. Remember to own your own.
Salute to the city as always. Salute to the city as always.
Remember to own your own.
Salute to the city as always.
And remember to own your own.
Salute to the city as always.
Yeah, remember to own your own. And remember to own your own.
Salute to the city.
Remember to own your own.
Salute to the city as always. Salute to the city as always.
Remember to own your own.
Salute to the city, man. Regina, I know you said you couldn't hear it. Andrew, I know you listened to it before or whatever. The audio is bad. Like, we were the rookies at the time. But don't forget who started this podcast trend in the world. We did it before anybody else did it. Before Dave Chappelle did it. Before Joe Rogan. Don't forget who did it. Don't forget that. Who did this podcast and stuff before anybody else. Give it a close-up. Don't forget who started this podcast shit. No, just kidding.
And remember, they own your own.
Hilarious. We out here. Be safe, y'all.